On Wednesday, it was the vice presidential debate that everybody is talking about. Vice President Mike Pence and Democratic candidate Kamala Harris, they took to the stage during a moderated discussion. And while Pence was answering a question from moderator Susan Page, there was one rogue fly that managed to steal the show. I mean, this little bugger was in plain view. I mean, plain sight right there, landing on the VP's head. And it stayed there for what felt like a minute, Milicia. One, what was your reaction? And then two, talk to me about some of the celebrity reactions that caught your fly. I mean,
Cute one. I caught that. That was cute. No, my first reaction, I had to blink a few times. I was like, is this really happening? And then considering what he was saying at the time about law enforcement, it just made it very ironic. I actually reached out to a few of my friends, like, guys, look, this is actually mind blowing. Twitter hopped on this, of course, super fast. The Fly had a few Twitter accounts, which was hilarious. But there were some celebrities who also chimed in, Mark Hamill being one of them. He said, quote, he consistently went over his allotted time, ignored questions he didn't like, while asking questions of his own. Condescendingly, Pence-splained so a woman could understand, tried to defend the indefensible, and still a fly got all the headlines. Keke Palmer had to come in with the humor. She said, quote, I'm not saying he's an alien, but I've never seen a bug sit so comfortably on anyone since Men in Black. Stephen King tweeted, the fly knows. Now this one got me because this is actually a really good statement from Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She tweeted, well, I wish we would have thought of this on Veep, HBO. Who's controlling the fly? So go ahead.
That's because it really did feel like a storyline out of Veep. That is something that would happen to JLD's character, Selena Myers, in that, except I could see her like getting really bugged out like by that fly being there during the debate. But it is wild. Like you can't make this stuff up when stuff like that happens. And I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that like, did the vice president have that much hairspray that he did not feel that little guy just like holding up shop there?
Well, that was my thing. I'm like, I know you could either hear it like zzz, or you can feel it. And then when the fly started digging into his hair, I was like, this is something. This is out of this world, honestly.
It was very entertaining, I have to admit. And what's been even more amazing to watch is how quickly Joe Biden's camp reacted to this. I mean, just minutes after the debate, he tweeted this photo with a fly swatter, and the tweet said, pitch in $5 to help this campaign fly. And if that wasn't enough, there is already merch, y'all. The Biden camp is offering this fly swatter that says truth over flies. Get it? Truth over lies.
I love it.
Swats over flies and lies. Get yours today with a link to the website. Apparently, that could be yours for just $10. Are you going to get one, Milicia?
Right. I didn't think about it, but why not, right? If you're going to have a fly swatter, why not make it something like this to where you pick it up every time and you just remember how hilarious this moment was.
Truth over flies.
Right, for sure.
I got to tell you, another highlight of the night that had a lot of people reacting was Kamala Harris reclaiming her time. Take a look.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. I'm so glad we went through a little history lesson. Let's do that a little more. In 1864...
Well, I'd like you to answer the question.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Talk about a woman with class and who knows how to handle her own. I think she came into this debate. She knew what she was going to come up against, and she knew how, if she would have lost her cool, how she could have easily been deemed as the angry Black woman, or people wouldn't exactly hear what was coming out of her mouth. So I was very proud of how she handled it. CBS News.
I think we lost Melissa there for a second, but I think it's fair to say that Kamala's response, or excuse me, Senator Harris's responses to those interruptions was a stark contrast to what we saw during the first presidential debate. I mean, it was both of those men, President Trump and Vice President Biden, just kind of going at it, interrupting and going over each other. What's up, girl? But I agree with you. Yeah. I feel like it was so important. obviously they probably both anticipate that there would be some moments where they wanted to interject and speak and defend themselves and stuff. The way it was handled on Kamala's part was so amazing, because I also think about a tweet that Uzo Aduba sent out right after. She was saying, she quoted Senator Harris saying, I'm speaking, and said,
Yes.
I hope little girls everywhere watch that and hear that.
Yes.
How to politely but also just take the power back and get what you rightfully are earned, because obviously they both get arguably equal time during the debate.
Right.
I thought it was handled so beautifully.
I do too, and what I was saying before my Wi-Fi rudely interrupted me. Pence interrupted Harris 10 times, well, Kamala 10 times, and Kamala interrupted Pence 5 times. So Pence spoke about 38 minutes, and Harris spoke about 35 minutes. So she did come out a little under when it comes to the time, which was very obvious while watching it. But as you said, I think she handled it perfectly. And I was just so proud sitting there watching her.